We demand accountability. We demand for an end to the smear campaign against Harry and Meghan. We demand the bullying of Prince Harry and Meghan come to an end. We demand the harassment of Harry and Meghan come to an end. We demand the smear campaign against Harry and Meghan come to an end. We demand that there is accountability for the ill and poor treatment that the first biracial black woman to marry into the royal family has been put through by the UK tabloid press and the royal cult that calls itself a family. We demand accountability for the serious, gross violations of human rights that have happened in the UK against Meghan by the UK tabloid press and the royal cult that calls itself a family. No human being should ever have to endure what both Harry and Meghan have had to go through at the hands of the monarchy and the UK tabloid press. We, the squad, would never wish what has happened to Harry and Meghan to ever happen to anyone else. And that's why, one of the main reasons why we are calling for this to come to a stop, to come to an end. Now, someone called Pagan Trelawney posted a series of tweets that I would like to share with all of you. And said this, and I quote, "Let me make this clear to people surrounded by books, but cannot read between the lines. Nobody wants the press to cover William and Kate in the same insidious way they do to Harry and Meghan, where they magnify every possible negative. We want them to stop doing it to Harry and Meghan, but you enablers won't complain until it's William and Kate Middleton on the receiving end." So when we see a double standard, we magnify it. To force you to confront your biases, to ask you why you accept this scrutiny for one couple but immediately become protective when it's another. Meghan, Harry, and Archie are flesh and blood people, and are people too. But your voices fade when it's them in the crosshair of the UK royal family and the tabloid attacks. Then some of you have the audacity to say, and I quote, "Meghan wouldn't want this and that." So you acknowledge that Meghan is a good person that is not intent on destroying the monarchy, only when she can be used to protect the royals you like. This woman, Meghan, held back tears in an interview, and yet you ramped up the attacks. This woman spoke about wanting to take her own life while pregnant because of the bullying, because of the serious damage to her mental health, because of the press bullying, because of the firm's lies about her. And still, you ramped up the attacks. The tabloid press, the online trolls, the royal family ramped up its attacks. The royal family falsely accused Meghan of bullying, announced an investigation, and to this day, that investigation has not been released. To this day. Still, they continue to ramp up the attacks. When Harry and Meghan were in the UK for the mourning period over the Queen's passing, still, the tabloid press amplified the attacks against Harry and Meghan. They never stopped, even during the period of mourning of the Queen. They continued attacking and going after Prince Harry and Meghan every single time, every single day. Fixated upon Prince Harry and Meghan. The royal family itself did everything in its power to inform the UK press of just how cruel they were being to Prince Harry, from denying him a chance to wear a military uniform, to salute his late commander-in-chief, to briefing the UK press of how they sent an invitation to Prince Harry and then rescinded that invitation sent to Prince Harry and Meghan, to telling the UK press of how King Charles called Harry, telling him not to bring Meghan right before the Queen passed away. All those instances show just how cruel the firm has been towards Prince Harry and Meghan. You know, the tweets continue by saying this, but we must all rally to somehow defend Kate from any fallout from shrugging off her husband's hand, something I willingly acknowledge to be none of our business. But why are you screaming constitutional crisis and War of the Worlds Volume 2? Where are the blogs and the long threads? I know some of you are allergic to reality, which is why you probably chose to become royal watchers in the first place. But this issue is bigger than your brooches or tights. Times have changed. We won't twiddle our thumbs while you batter Meghan every single day. We will fight you, so get ready. The bullying of Meghan must come to an end. The bullying of Meghan must come to an end. Listen, I would never wish upon any single person to handle or be put through what Harry and Meghan have gone through. Never. Never wish that upon anyone. Because in this channel, I've always said, I will always promote love, not hate. But then somehow there are sometimes, you see, individuals saying that don't talk about this, don't talk about this about William and Hamilton. Meghan wouldn't want that. Like Pagan Trelawney said, you acknowledge that Meghan is a good person. You do acknowledge that. But then why are you willing not to confront the biases that Harry and Meghan are being put through? The insults, the defamation that Harry and Meghan are being put through. Why are you not willing to confront that? That's a very, very big question. Meghan simply doesn't want to be used as a scapegoat. Meghan simply does not want to be anyone's scapegoat. Simply does not want to take abuse to cover up for William or Kate Milton, to be the scapegoat, and those individuals supporting them feel like that's a huge crime committed by Meghan, that she's out to destroy the monarchy, all because she's saying no to abuse. That's why. Or because she is a biracial black woman who is speaking up and speaking out against the abuse that she has faced in that institution of the monarchy. Or because of that. Because if you did nothing wrong, as some individuals claim, we did nothing wrong to Meghan. If you did nothing wrong, then why would you be afraid of what Meghan or Harry might or might not say? Why would you be so afraid? Why are you trying to bully Prince Harry and Meghan into silence, to keep quiet? And even when they're quiet, you still go after them. How is that okay? How is that acceptable? How? The reason that we magnify some of the things that William and Kate Middleton do. Like, for instance, flying on private helicopters or using William and Kate Middleton's, private helicopter like a taxi, like how William and Kate Middleton used the gift given to William for his birthday, the private helicopter, like a taxi, while lecturing every single person on saving the climate. The reason we as a squad even talk about that is because we want people to see the double standard. But somehow, when we show that double standard, we are labeled as, look, that's not okay. Don't point that out. It's not all right. Don't point that out. You want to destroy the monarchy. I'm like, seriously? What irritates us about the monarchy is that it is an institution that has acquired its wealth through plunder, the destruction of people's lives, colonialism, slavery. It has profited from gross violations of human rights. And you think that it would want to make amends over its past, but still it does not. The only biracial black woman to marry into the royal family, you've seen how she has been treated, what she has been put through by the monarchy, by the institution. How is that okay in the world that we live in? How is that okay? Meghan, Harry, Archie, and Lilibet Diana are human beings. Doria is a human being. And they have a right to be treated with human dignity, basic human dignity. That's her right. That is a right. Human dignity. They have human rights. And we are calling for them to be treated like they have basic human rights. Something that they have not been accorded by the firm and the UK tabloid press, who keep on going after them, violating their privacy, dehumanizing both Harry and Meghan. That needs to come to a stop. That needs to end. That needs to end, and it needs to end right now as we speak. It needs to end. My family, someone said this, that the press coverage of William and Kate is phoning and lacks objectivity. Fair critique would be welcome. Fair critique of William and Kate Middleton. But when you say that, when you ask of that, some people think that you want to destroy the monarchy. That's what comes to their mind. That's what comes to their mind immediately. The monarchy, its biggest enemy is the institution itself. Its deeds, its actions, that is its biggest enemy. Itself. Not Harry and Meghan. Its actions, its deeds, those are its biggest enemies. Its own actions. However, the monarchy chooses to pick scapegoats that will be sent out and thrown to the wolves, the UK press, to cover for their deeds. And Meghan should not have to be anyone's scapegoat, should not be anyone's scapegoat, and then expected to just take it. Shut up and take it. I refuse that 100%. There are things that need to be said. And thank you to Pagan Trelawney for saying what needs to be said. We are calling for an end to the mistreatment of Harry and Meghan. We would never wish for what has happened to Harry and Meghan to ever happen to anybody else. Never. I can tell you one thing. If William or Kate Middleton were put through what Harry and Meghan have been put through, William, we saw how he was after that failed Commonwealth Caribbean tour. You saw how he was. Already, he was calling for an end to that never complain, never explain stuff. You saw how he was. He was angry with staff at the failed tour. He was very angry at the negative press that he received at that tour. He was very angry. But yet, however, some individuals believe that Harry and Meghan should just take it for them to cover for their laziness. Somehow, the mistreatment of Harry and Meghan will somehow save the monarchy. That's the illusion that some people have, some monarchists have. And Harry and Meghan fighting back against the mistreatment is somehow threatening the monarchy's existence. And in a way, as you can see from the monarchist standpoint, the monarchy has been built from plunder, mistreatment of people of African descent. Indians, how stories about how trillions of dollars were stolen from India by the colonial government, the British colonial government, and how the royal family got and keeps on getting its wealth, increasing its wealth, like being exempted from inheritance tax, while other people in the UK have to pay money if their mom passed away. They have to pay money, any inheritance that their mom left them to the state. Yet for the Queen, the royal family, they are exempted from those kinds of laws. The monarchy's biggest enemy is itself. No one else, not Harry, not Meghan. Harry and Meghan are victims of the cruelty of the monarchy. And today, as Meghan said in that court case against the Fail, today it is her who is targeted by the Daily Fail. It's her. Tomorrow, it could be your daughter, your son, your brother, your nephew, your niece. And once again, no one should ever endure the pains that Harry and Meghan have been put through by the UK press, the harassment, bullying, racism, insults, defamation. No one should ever have to be put through that. The smear campaign, no one should ever have to be put through that. We magnify things like William and Kate Middleton flying on private jets or helicopters. We talk about that because we want people to see the double standards that Prince Harry and Meghan are being put through. Or because a biracial black woman fell in love with a white prince and she's been mistreated. We call for an end to that. We call for an end to that, and that no one should ever have to endure what Harry and Meghan have had to go through. We amplify it because we want people to see the double standards and join us in fighting it and saying that this is not acceptable. As Meghan said, that it's time to shape an environment, a culture in the tabloid press that is different, a different culture in the tabloid press. And the public itself need to be the one to demand that change, not even Harry and Meghan, or victims of the UK press bullying and the farms bullying. No, it is the public that should be the ones to demand that change. How? By boycotting, clicking on those articles from the Fail, by boycotting, reading Rupert Murdoch's papers, or watching their shows. That's the only way to effect change. But when hate sells in the UK, as it does in the UK, it becomes very difficult to fight that tabloid culture of mistreatment of people, of dehumanization of people, of racism, of bullying. It becomes difficult. We need more people to join in and say enough is enough and demand more from their press. Demand something better. That's what people need to do. Demand better. My family, I want to hear your opinion about Pagan Trelawney's tweets. And with that and so much more, stay tuned to our next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and support our evergreen family on YouTube. Love family always and forever, and stay tuned to our next video. Love you always and forever. The monarchy should be abolished because of its deeds, because of its cruelty, because it has no place in this world that we live in. People deserve to have an elected head of state that they've chosen themselves, not entitled people who are taking away the taxpayer money or eating the taxpayer money. My family, people don't deserve that. And stay tuned to our next video. May God bless and protect Prince Harry and Meghan. Hate will never win, only love will win. Once again, I say that, and I'll always say that. Love will win, hate will never win. Harry and Meghan, despite what has been thrown towards them, they remain strong together. And may God keep blessing and protecting them each and every single days of their lives, always and forever. And stay tuned to our next video. No weapon formed against Harry and Meghan shall prosper. It's time that more people join in and demand more from the tabloid culture in the UK. Demand something better and an end to what they have now, the toxic tabloid culture. It's high time people say no to that. By boycotting this media outlets like the Daily Mail, the Sun, owned by Rupert Murdoch, Daily Mail, owned by the Rothmans. It is high time that people start boycotting all of that. My family, stay tuned to our next video. Love you always and forever. Hello, members of Scapegoat Family TV. First of all, I want to say thank you for all your support that you give us to our channel. We don't take it for granted that you support this channel. I want to say thank you from the bottom of our hearts for lending out your support and fighting against injustices, supporting Prince Harry and Meghan, showing them love. Love will always triumph over evil, and for that I say thank you. Good will always prevail over bad. Thank you so much for all your support. Thank you so much for joining this community, this amazing community of the Scapegoat Family TV. I love you so much, family, from the bottom of my heart, and I wish you all the best. May you have a great day, and I hope that you enjoyed this video and learned a lot of things. With that and so much more, stay tuned to our next video. Leave a comment below, like, and subscribe. Love you, family, always and forever. Sayonara.